So I've gone ahead and put some glue in there. What I've done, using aliphatic resin, very strong wood glue, with a cocktail stick. What I've done, I've encouraged quite a bit into the gap, and I've just left it for 10 minutes so that it sort of soaks into the grain a little bit of the wood. Alright, that's why it's good to perhaps use a glue which will soak in a little bit, because you will get a stronger joint rather than just something that dries instantly. May be quick to do the job, but it may not be so strong in the long run. So all I'm going to do, I'm just going to put the glue on there. Actually, I'll put it, so all I'm going to do is just lift this up again, so you'll see the glue is going to ooze out a little bit. Okay, put in my little spacer. Okay, let's just weigh that bit of the wing panel down. Just going to check the measurement again. So I'm taking it as where the peg will be, and I'm looking for 27mm just underneath that tip. Right, so you can see it's oozed out there, so I'm just going to wipe that away. Okay, so that's all wiped away from there. I'm just going to double check again, because I did disturb it a little bit, and yeah, that's fine. Okay, so I'm just it's just best just to leave that alone for the right amount of time in order for that to set. Okay, so that's one wing panel done. When I've got the other one done, I'll come back and we'll join the wing together as one unit then. Right, so I've got the other wing prepared to put that angle in. So it's already cut. I've got some glue in there which I've left soaking in for a little bit. So I'm just going to fold that up. And all I'm going to do is line it up with the one I've already done. Just put that on there just to, there you are, a bit of advertising for that product, a bit of product placement. So all I'm going to do is just make sure that they both are at the same position. Right, so the battery just needed changing just as I was wiping the excess glue that was pushed up there. So I'm just going to double check that everything lines up okay, because the key thing is just making sure both wing panels look the same. Okay, and that looks spot on. Alright, so I'll just leave that to set. Right, so things moving on quite nicely now with the wing. So as you can see, the whole wing is now joined. Okay, so all I did here was lay the one wing panel flat, a little bit of a chamfer at the root of the two panels, and then positioned the wing so that it was 30mm at the leading edge of that joint. So, and that gives you the 15mm on each side when the wing is level. Alright, so final little steps then with the wing. So I've already done this. There's a little bit of the veneer that they provide, which you just wrap around the middle. So I've done that. There's a couple of holes there because what I want to do is actually peg it into the fuselage just for that extra bit of security. They provide this nice tissue, really strong tissue, that's to go over the joints. So I'm going to just do that, just using dope, my easy dope that is, and just for a bit of decoration to match my fuselage, I've got these little pieces just to go over those nice wing tips and nice shapes. Alright, so I'm going to get on and do that. Right, so the wing is finished. So I've put on several layers of watered down easy dope on it. Put their nice little stickers on. Okay, so that's done and ready. Right, so the other thing that's ready is my fuselage pod is now got the hatch that just opens like that, so I get access to my servo board there. That's the receiver one piece board, and the battery in there. Just a couple, just a few blobs of hot glue just to hold that in place, and you see there's just a couple of grooves for the exit points of the threads that I'll use to operate the rudder and elevator. So the part that gave me the biggest headache was the arrangement for rudder and elevator. I tried different things, and this is what I found worked the best, because the servos they don't have a lot of torque to them, so there's not a lot of pulling power. So what I've done, you might just be able to see just here. See, that's a little length of very thin piano wire. I've got some of the piano wire here. Okay, very thin, very springy. Alright, now what that does, it just provides enough tension to hold the elevator in that up position. And then when the servo, because remember they're linear servos I'm using, so when the servo pulls, so you get down elevator, when it releases to neutral position you get neutral elevator, and then when it releases full up, see this the tension of this little bit of piano wire just pushes the elevator up. Okay, so it just was really a case of finding the right sort of thickness of piano wire to work. The rudder was really being a pain, but I've managed to come up with an arrangement. So you might see again what I've done, the bit of piano wire actually comes away from the fin, a little bend there in towards the rudder, and then a couple of bends there just to press against the rudder. And what happens again, you see there's a really nice light action. I barely have to pull it, and of course it springs back as well. Alright, this bit of piano wire carries on along the side of the fin, just along the top of that support, and I just sort of go through a little hole in the fin there. That just stops it rocking, so it holds it in a nice steady position. Okay, a tiny little stitch in that corner just to retain it. That's all that's holding it in place. Well, moment of truth. I've just used ordinary thread for the moment. I'm going to probably use something thicker, but for the moment this will be fine. So it's so thin actually you probably can't see it, but everything's connected up and set up, so you'll see my rudder servo perhaps move there, so it's the top one, I've swapped them round to what originally I intended. Okay, and then my elevator servo, the one at the bottom. Alright, so let's show you the control surfaces moving. So this is where I've still got to glue it, but it's fine for the moment. Okay, so let's try rudder. See that? Left, right. Alright. Okay, and then my elevator down, up. Okay. I only need a little bit of elevator for this. It's just really in flight. Sometimes I might need a bit of down elevator to help it penetrate a breeze. So that would be perfectly adequate just to have that little bit of elevator movement. Okay. So that's it. So I'm going to glue the wing on now.